Hey there, folks. We have a good video here for you. It was a really fun one we did back in March. Unfortunately, there were some audio issues. You'll hear it's pretty staticky through parts of the video. You'll hear early in the beginning, but it teeters out towards the end and it picks back up. But I'm going to edit it down a little bit. But we did a cabin reveal and we shared some insight into how we live and some insight into our camp life. So hopefully you enjoy the video. Let us know what you think. And remember, stay wild.
Hello, good morning, and good afternoon. I am here with Ron Menster as part of Cabin Cribs. He's going to walk us through his beautiful property here he has in the lucrative woods in western Pennsylvania. Ron, what's going on?
Hey folks, just sitting here filming some content so that we can put out and trying to give everybody a little bit of an insight into where we hunt, what we do. If you follow the channel at all, we're always telling stories. Well, here's where a lot of the magic happens. And we're getting ready to do some work on camp, so we thought this would be a good time to also just do a video log of how it is right now before we do some updates and upgrades to the property. But if you want to just pan around, like we're on the big timber where we do most of our hunting, and we're on a mountain, and the deer, we're not hunting flat land where we're at here, but this is the property we've been hunting for probably the last 20-30 years, my family, and let me just take you for a walk inside. We're going to show you what we're dealing with. Very primitive, very simple, but follow me. Get the tour. So, yeah, this is it. Pretty much when we bought the place, it was a one-room cabin, one main living area, so small kitchen area, very primitive. We do have a stove that we run off of propane, and we got a place here we can eat, where we sit down as guys and play cards and everything. But follow me. You can see out here we need to clean the deck off a little bit. We haven't been up. This is our first time up in the spring, but got a nice deck here that we spent a lot of time on. And this is probably one of our favorite places when we're up here at the cabin. But got to do a little bit of work here. We're going to replace some windows and get new siding on the property. But it's time for an update. But come on back in here. I want to take you through. You can see some of our racks that we have on the wall over here. These are where we have got some significant, what we would call bigger deer for up here. A couple of guys actually will come in here and I'll make a little adjustment just to show everything off. This is a deadhead that we found last year. We haven't hung it up yet, but you found this guy just laying out in the woods. We need to clean him up a little bit, but he hasn't really made it on the wall, so we just hung him up amongst these antlers here next to the dartboard. And in addition to that, this is what we call the small wall. So here's where a lot of the smaller deer, the predate antler restrictions that haven't cut the mustard to make it to the big wall yet. Everything's going up there. We're going to continue to line that wall until we fill this wall here over here. That's the big wall, I suppose. So moving on, like I said, we run everything off of a wood stove. This wood stove does everything for us. We got a nice loft upstairs that we never use really, but overall this wood stove gets this area warmed up after a few hours of cooking logs. And in the back here, I had said that when we bought it, it was a one-room cabin, but we did build an addition on here for sleeping quarters. This is where we bunk. This is where we keep all of our gear and everything like that. This is where we come in when we're done hunting. We kick our boots off and try to, just keep the living area a little bit cleaner. So if you come back through here, you can see this is where we bunk. And all of our gear is back here. Like I said, all our storage tubs and everything like that. On the outside of the cabin, if you come through this way, out here is where we have our very primitive outhouse. So no running water, no electricity. We do run a generator. We're hooked up for electric that way, and then we walk around back. This is the probably the most special place, nearest and dearest to most of our hearts. This is the meat pole, and you can see we've done some recent renovations to it because it came down last year, 2 years ago. So this is where we hang all of our deer. We do all of our butchering that we need to do on site here, and that's pretty much the crib. We've got a very beautiful property here in western Pennsylvania, and primitive, but at the end of the day, nobody else is around. Great hunting land. Just giving you guys a little bit of an inside scoop of what the property looks like, what we're dealing with when we're talking our hunting stories. Now you know.
All right, Ron, thank you so much for joining us on Cabin Cribs as we go through and we give a tour and a little bit of an in-depth guide to what goes on in your personal life here, especially during hunting season, because it's not a cabin then, it's a home. So thanks for joining, and stay tuned, and we will give you guys our next cabin review coming up soon.